Hey girl, welcome back. And if you're new here, I'm Kathryn. This basically is a reintroduction to me. So hello if you're new, but also hello if you've been here and like rocking with me for a while. I have some explaining to do, and today I decided to do just a life update video. I asked you all on Instagram if you wanted a life update or if you wanted me to talk about my hiatus on Instagram, because even when I'm like gone from YouTube, I still post a lot on Instagram, especially on my stories. And maybe around like March or April this year, I completely pulled back because I was being a jealous, hating ass. Well, that's not why I pulled back, but I was so envious and so jealous of other people on social media. And I realized that like if Instagram was making me feel this way when I was getting on there, then I need to get off of Instagram and really do some internal work. So that's what I've been doing over the last couple of months. And I think it's just a good time to reflect and then to like look forward and think about like where I've been and also like where I'm going. So I'm pretty sure, I thought I muted my phone. Sorry, y'all. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. It's 2021. Wow. Who thought we would have made it through last year? Not me. I mean, for me, 2020 was a pretty fruitful year. I'm not gonna lie to you all. Like, I got a lot out of 2020, a lot of positive things. But I did lose a family member around, actually, it'll be a year at the end of this month. And it was a devastating loss for me. I mean, you all know that I lost my youngest brother in 2019, and death is something that has always just bothered me because it's just so final. And I have so many questions. So I don't want to make this a sad video, but I'm just like taking y'all like through the last couple of years of my life. So in 2020, spring of 2020, May, I did graduate college finally. For me personally, it took me a little bit longer because one, I changed my major like 3 or 4 times, and I also set out 2 separate semesters. So doing all that just naturally like pushed me back. But anyway, I graduated last year with a degree in psychology, which I was super proud of myself. It was something obviously that I had been working on for the last 6 years, and I was just very excited to close that chapter of my life. Shortly after graduation, and mind you, we're in the midst of a pandemic, Zarius proposed the idea of getting a house, and he went and got approved to get a house, and he was like, I want you to hook up with the realtor and go find us a house. So literally all I had to do was go pick out the house. I mean, I looked at probably like 50 houses, and that was such an emotional process too, because the housing market is really weird right now. So it's like a seller's market. So things are going really fast, and that was a whole up and down process. And I was like, oh my goodness, my lease is gonna be up. I don't have a home. Like, what am I gonna do? And luckily, I believe it was August 31st, the last day of August, we got a phone call, or we went to go look at a house on the 31st, I think, and then September 1st, we had gotten a phone call that we had gotten it, and that was really exciting. I did have to like go back home and stay with my mom for a little bit because my lease ended like mid-September, and the house wasn't going to be ready until like October. So it was like really up in the air. Like, we had secured the house, but we were just like in limbo. So I was back at home living with my mom. So we ended up closing on the house October 15th, which was my 25th birthday. So today is my 25th birthday. I didn't get to really check in with you guys this morning because I've been getting ready, but we just pulled up to the location where closing takes place. So it's a really big day, like, yeah, really big day. And it's really weird because I used to always tell people, like when I was first starting out college, I want to have a house by 25. I want to have a house by 25. And God works in such mysterious ways, and he's like so funny like that. Like, he blessed me to be able to close on my 25th birthday. Like, I can't make this up. Like, it's just crazy to think about that. Like, wow, oh my gosh. So great birthday gift for me, right? We moved in like October 18th. And from there, we were just settling into the home, and we're still settling into the home almost a year later. I know a lot of y'all wanted a tour, but I'm not there yet. Like, I have a lot to do, and I need this house to look good before I put it out there to the world. Also, I kind of like enjoying my space and my privacy, which I hope to touch on that a little bit more in the video too. I feel like, I hope I'm not coming across like secretive to you all, but I've literally just been like making my moves and keeping them to myself, and then I'll pop out with like, oh, I'm doing this, or oh, I'm doing that. But as far as like the process of it all, I've really just been keeping it close to me. I feel like I get more done and execute more in that sense. And then a couple months later in December, Zarius proposed to me, and that was really great too. So I know a lot of people thought he proposed back around my birthday because I was wearing a ring, but it was just a promise ring. Like, because y'all, I did not want to live in a house with Zarius if he wasn't married to me. Like, that was just me. That was something I was not gonna do. And he basically gave me a promise ring around my birthday, like letting me know like it's coming, let's just like get this house thing first. And I'm actually kind of glad we did it that way, because like now we're not like trying to look for a home together. January came and went, and then February, me and Zarius did go ahead and get married. We got married in my uncle's living room because he's the pastor, and we just did it. I'm not gonna talk too much about it because I'm going to talk more about it when I'm ready. But I know that I've been referring to him as my husband since we did it, but most of y'all didn't pick it up until recently. I don't know why, but I'm not fully ready to discuss the whole dynamic and situation around it. So bear with me on that. But yeah, so we did that. Will there be a wedding? I get that question a lot. Yes, eventually, but it's not the top of my to-do list if I'm being honest. I know a lot of people around me want me to have this big, fantastic wedding. My mother didn't have a wedding. She kind of did what I did, just ran off and got married. So when I did it, she wasn't too happy about it. But it's just me. Like, I'm just so private now, even in like, not even just when it comes to social media, but just like in life in general. Like, I just like to keep things close to me. I just do stuff and then pop out, and it just is what it is. And people get mad, why didn't you tell me, why didn't you say anything? I'm just like, sorry. Yeah, will there be a wedding? Yes. I had a lipstick on my teeth. How fun is that? Yeah, there will be one eventually. Don't know when, hopefully in 2022. But for some reason, I feel like I'm gonna end up getting pregnant before I have a wedding. I don't know why I feel that way, but I feel that way. But at least I did it in the right order. At least I am a wife now, so if I get pregnant, I did at least keep that promise to myself that I made when I was younger, that I want to do things in that specific order. Now listen, sometimes stuff happens, stuff doesn't always go according to plan. Trust me, I know. So I'm not saying this in a judgmental way. I just know for me, that was one thing that I wanted for myself when I was younger, and that was probably the only thing that I achieved. So there's that. So a few months after that, I popped out with my business. I literally made an entrepreneur vlog one day and said, oh, all my inventory is finally here, let's start the business. And I opened it 2 weeks later. And I really didn't do the launch that I anticipated. I want to do way more marketing and videos and photos and everything, but I just needed to launch. So I did what needed to be done. I got some photos of the lashes, I got the website together, and I launched, and I had a very successful launch. And I do plan to restock really soon, so make sure you all keep up with that. And when I do restock, it'll be more of like a relaunch. So I'm considering the first launch like a soft launch, and then the second time I'm gonna come correct. The last year for me has been a year of completion, like completing things, and it's just insane that is like a very prominent thing. Where are we at? So July I launched, August was September. Oh my gosh, I was so stressed out this last month of September. Let me tell y'all, I was trying to get a new car, and with me not having a car loan previously, the lenders were like, "Bitch, you can't get the what you want, like the top of the line." And I was looking at, for the longest I wanted a Mercedes like a C300 coupe, two-door coupe. And finally I kind of snapped out of that mindset, because I realized, I was like, oh, well, Zarius does have like a two-door Challenger. Like, that would be dumb to have two coupes. And then also, like, once again, I feel like I'm going to end up having a baby really soon. With a coupe and having a baby, like, yeah, nah, I need a mom car. So I actually started looking at like Range Rover Velars, and I found one that was like in my budget, my price range, but the car people were just like, oh, like, you can get this car, but you have to put like a whole lot down. And for me, I would rather keep the money in my pocket than just putting it down on the car. Like me, that's just how I am. So I was like, okay, well, let me start looking at other stuff. And then I ended up just looking at the Range Rover Evoque. That was my mom's like recommendation to me, and that's what I ended up getting. So I still got like a Range Rover. I just got like the smaller one, and to me my truck looks like a baby Velar. So I'm really happy, and like driving it, it's like the perfect size. It's not too big. It's just great. Like, it's good. It could be a mom car, it could be a me car. Like, it's cute, it's fast, and I love it. So I finally got my first luxury car. I still have my Honda, and I'm still gonna whip it to the wheels like fall off. Like, that's my baby. Like, that car, we've been through a lot together. But I have 2 cars, which is also a big blessing. Like, to be able to have 2 vehicles, I mean, just like blessed tremendously, phenomenally. A little bit before getting the car though, my dad got into a accident, and it shattered my world. Like, the night that it happened, he's okay, he's alive, he's healthy. I mentioned that to you all in my most recent video, my first like October Cattober. I don't want to call it Cattober because I don't want to make no promises to y'all, but my first video I posted 2 days ago, I mentioned to y'all that he had gotten in an accident, and the reason why it just shook me so bad to my core, like I said, was because I'm coming up on a year of my uncle passing away. To lose him last year, just, it shook me to my core. And then for my dad to get hurt almost a year later, I haven't been in a good headspace the last couple of weeks. Basically, I don't want to put too much out there, but basically I've been going over there a lot, like 5 days a week, to help him. So help him like get up, or get him some food, or just to sit there with him since he's stuck in the house now. The first night he came home, y'all, it was crazy. I had to go over his house and like get his house ready for him because he was in the hospital for like 2 weeks. And when he came home, we were all there, and just to hear him like scream out in pain and like crying, like, oof, it just gets to me so bad. Like, but the silver lining in it all is that like we have really rekindled our relationship. Like, me and my mom are like this anyway. She be getting on my nerves. She be getting on my nerves sometimes, but like, we're like this. Like, that's my girl. Like, so blessed to be able to actually say like she's a friend to me. And I know like a lot of parents like, I ain't being friends with my kid. Well, I'm grown now. Me and my mom are very much friends. But like me and my dad's relationship, it hasn't, I'm not gonna say it's been like strained, but I didn't go around as much, and I would only see him once every couple of months. And growing up, my dad's my favorite person in the world, so you can only imagine how I felt some type of way about that. But anyway, so the silver lining in him having this accident is that I've been spending so much time with him, like getting there at 8 o'clock, staying till 8 o'clock in the morning and 8 o'clock at night, just talking and chatting and catching up and like sharing what I'm doing, and just him getting to know me now, like really getting to know me, because you can't really get to know someone unless you're around them a lot, you know. Just being around him has been so beautiful. And I told him, I said, I think about it like a week and a half ago, I said, Dad, I hate that you got hurt, but I've really enjoyed spending time with you. And he was like, yeah, I was thinking the same thing. And he texted me like, I think like 2 nights after that. And what did he say? I think he said, I'm glad I got into the accident. It was so funny. Like, I mean, it's not funny, but it was funny because he was like, I'm glad I got into the accident. Like, so serious. And I was like, me too. Like, me too. So he's on the road to recovery. Thank you, God. I'm just so thankful. Like, I don't really mean to cry, because people who cry like on social media and post it are so like, but you know what, those people though, they already be crying, then they pick up the camera and record. I started talking about something that's clearly triggering me, but I'm just so thankful to have both of my parents here. Like, it's such an underrated blessing to be able to go to them for life advice, for love, for whatever I need. I mean, I try not to be in their pockets or ask them for anything, but if I was in a bind and I needed them to give me some money, pull me out, help me out, go stay with them, like whatever, they're there for me. I mean, like I said, last year when I was moving into my house, like my mom opened up her home for me for like 3 weeks. I didn't have to pay a thing. I didn't have to buy a grocery, nothing. And it's just so amazing. And even my dad texts me like the day after I got my car, or 2 days after I got my car, which was earlier last week or mid last week, and he texted me and said that he was going to cover all of my like maintenance stuff and oil changes and everything like that for me. And I'm just so, I tried to get myself together and I feel like I'm just gonna tear up all over again, but I need to get this out so I can wrap this video up. I want this to be a 10-minute video. It's clearly gonna be longer than this. I'm just so tremendously blessed to have my parents and to be in the situation that I'm in. I mean, I've gotten down so much over just the last several years, and I still get down. It's just, it's normal. It's normal to, you know, look at yourself and want more, and comparison is a thief of joy. And so lately I've just been sitting with myself, and I mentioned to y'all I was doing that internal work. I pulled away from social media, and I was still posting on YouTube just to like give y'all something, like I'm like to let y'all know I'm here with y'all. But I pulled back to really do some internal work, to sit with myself and figure out what was the root of my issues and why was I so unhappy for others, and being appreciative of what I have. To be able to have to say I have a home. I'm in a beautiful marriage with someone who treats me phenomenally. I have my health, he has his. My parents are here and alive and healthy. Being able to launch my business and to just continue to work for myself, but to elevate and expand. I really had to sit with myself and look at myself and say, wow, like you're great. And what you have is great, and you need to be appreciative for what you have. The grass is always going to be greener on the other side, but just because somebody has this or they have that doesn't mean that they're happy. And also, people show like false perceptions of themselves, like y'all know this. And also, we don't know what people did to get those things. But I'm just in a great space, not because of the things I've been doing and accomplishing and achieving, but because I choose to be happy. There's a difference. I always try to get up and choose happy and choose positive. And when you begin to do that, your whole world begins to open up and expand and ultimately get better. So with that said, what's next for me? Girl, your guess is as good as mine. Like, I have no clue. Like I said, I am working on another what the did I just say? Business. I know what I did. I combined business and venture. I'm working on my second like business venture. I also plan to do a lot more collabs with people in my city and girls around me and things like that. I plan to connect with people more and be a bit more sociable and stuff like that. Like, I have my core group of friends, but I want to be a little bit more open and warm to letting people into my world. Maybe there's a baby in the forecast. I don't know. I have a baby name picked out. So we gonna see, y'all. We gonna see. And as far as like my career and schooling and everything like that, I do plan to use my degree in some capacity, whether that be me going back to school to pursue my master's degree or whether I go ahead and enter the workforce. I do want to do something. I'm young, I'm able. I need to get the bag now so that when I hit like my mid to late 30s or 40s, I can chill. That's pretty much what's going down with me right now, and a little bit of what may happen in the future. So I hope you all enjoyed this little look into my personal life. I hope you all liked it. Of course, please leave comments down below and feedback, because y'all like watch my videos, but like y'all don't leave a lot of comments. Like, I need the feedback. Also, let me know if you want to see anything specific this month, any topics that I may have touched on in this video that you would like me to expound upon. So now that we're at the end, I want to thank you all so much for watching this little chit chat, girl chat, cat chat without the get ready with me. I'm definitely looking forward to doing more like this because I was able to just kind of focus and really get my thoughts out. So thank you all so much for watching, and of course I will see you in my next video.